I'm gonna get a water here. Yeah, I'm sitting out here. It's about 90 degrees. I think I'm gonna get a water. I'm cooling off from today's work. It's been a job. Rosie ain't no spring chicken. It's too early for a beer, I think. Let's go over and get a water. We gotta keep hydrated here. It is bright, sunny. I don't know if I feel like barbecue tonight, though. Forget about the exercise room. All day long is exercise. Oh, man. How you doing, Daniel? Good evening to you. Yeah, I've been working all day yesterday, all day today, monkey boy. It's 90 degrees here. And I am outside all day in the sun. How you doing, Deja Vu? You are in a happy place. I want to get a bottle of water, though. No way I'm moving around much tonight. All right, let's get a bottle of water. Let's go sit outside. Yeah, this has really been brutal work down here. I got the first video coming up tomorrow morning. I know a lot of people are interested in following all the work. I think we can sit here. It's pretty quiet outside. I am at the Downtowner. If anybody wants to come down and beat the hell out of me, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, it's very appreciated. Daniel, Monkey Boy, everybody else, please, Deja Vu, please hit the thumbs up button. It is appreciated. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling like fried rice tonight, maybe shrimp fried rice. I know I look like I got some sun. The trick is you got to stay hydrated when you're working outside all day down here. Let's see, we're going to be on all messages. The thing is, it's only March. Yeah, thank you. How you doing, Cobra John? Oh, it feels delightful to sit down. If I had to live stream and do a chooch tonight, there is no way that I could haul this old bag of bones down on the road. I feel like I'm going to have the best calf muscles on planet Earth going up and down that ladder all day today. But I'll have the first bid coming tomorrow morning. I've had a lot of people ask me that there's only so many hours in a day, and I wanted to be able to go out and live stream on the streets last night. So it was either stay and edit or hit the road. I chose to hit the road. So it's busy. If you saw the YouTube shorts, yeah, I have a really good sunscreen I've been using. I didn't have it yesterday, but I've had it today, and it's really good. It's 86 here in Angela's camp. Yeah, it's about 90 here. 88, 90. I didn't have, it's some kind of Korean sunscreen, and it's really good. I didn't have it yesterday, but I had it on today, and it did well. But I kind of got the layouts, geographically speaking, of how to paint relative to the location of the sun during the day, and that helped a lot in terms of planning my day. So I had much less time, and Mustard, what did Mustard said? Pushing the 80s here in Kingsburg. Good evening, Dr. Frankenstein. Big shout out to you for making it such a fun live stream last night. Tonight's going to be a low night just because I don't think there's anything on my body that's not sore right now. And I mean sore in a major, major way. And I have got to be able to rest tonight. Happy St. Patrick's Day. How you doing, Just Be? I do have the green on tonight. I do have the green on tonight, but I've got to take it easy. I'm going to drink some beers. I'm going to have a mini. Might walk around just locally here a little bit and then get some din and bring it back and do a little more. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Yeah, please hit the thumbs up button. One of my greatest, my mother was Irish, half Irish and half, 3/4 Irish and 1/4 Alsatian. And if you don't know where Alsace-Lorraine is, it's a small territory. It's governed by France now, but France and Germany used to fight over it, between France and Germany. For a while it was in German hands, and then after the Franco-Prussian War of the 1870s, it fell into German hands, and then World War I, it went back to French hands. But I remember growing up, St. Patrick's Day was really, really big for my mother. And in elementary school, they had like a St. Patrick's Day show, and she made me memorize a song to sing in front of the class. That probably explains why I am the way I am. It probably explains what an attention whore I am because of that. I think it was cockles and muscles was the thing. Yeah, we got 35 people. We only got 8 thumbs up tonight. I'm sure you're here because you like to be here. What's going on, Icy? I'm just sitting down, trying to. It's not often. Maybe once every 2 months I take something for aches and pains. I just took one Advil right now. Just because I'm pounding away quick. You'll get, hey, Vienna, Austria, you'll get pins if you didn't wear green. That's it. My mother had all kinds of swag that she would pin on. Chicken with some spice, baby. I think I'm going to have, again, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I'm wearing the green today. We had all kinds of like a little hanging green top hat you pin on, or a 4-leaf clover. It was a really, really big deal for her. Cheers, everybody. And the rest of the family just, here we go again. Right, but we never had corned beef and cabbage, ever. Wasn't that kind of operation. Cheers, Benzo. We're just hanging out a bit. We're going to hang out a couple hours. We might scoot around Fremont for a little bit, get some dinner. I think I'm going to have, before we go over, I think I'm going to have a mini. I think tonight, I don't feel like barbecue tonight. It was good last night. I had the rest of the barbecue for breakfast. I had the, that is such a good deal down at Binion's for $15.95 for that dinner last night of a generous heaping of briskets. They don't have the, it was a regular corn muffin, thank God. I'm not into the jalapeno muffins. I had double coleslaw, no beans, and it was half an ear of corn. It was absolutely delicious. $15.95. If you carry out, it's an extra $1.50. I'm not sure if these palms are real or fake here. I don't know. I haven't gone over to really giving them the sniff test. Come on, baby, come out. What the hell are you talking about? Come on, baby, come out. What are you talking about? I'm not sure what kind of palm it is. I don't even know if it's real, Benzo. I'm going to put the chair over here to put my feet up. Stand by. Oh. Rosie ain't no spring chicken, man. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I can make it till about 3 o'clock from about 8:30, 9 o'clock till I can do about 6 hours. That's about it. You start to get ladder legs after a while. The prep work is really paying off. You'll enjoy seeing the video series. Am I going to paint the whole thing this time? No, but I've taken the hard part of the operation by doing the trim, and trim is always more time and labor intensive than just rolling flat surfaces. I can even do that in the heat. It isn't going to matter. Next time I come down in May or whatever, it ain't no big deal. But it's a lot. These are called, so be careful, you may end up getting your wallet stuff. These are called pickpocket bombs. Do you think these are real, Jimmy? I don't know, man. I don't know if they're real or fake, but I'm too damn tired to stand up. Too tired to check them. I'm going to let that Advil kick in. I'm going to have some Woodford Reserve tonight. You better believe it. And I'm going to have a couple beers, too. Man. So I worked in my sack off today. Man. Yeah, thank you. Please hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying. I assume you're enjoying the stream because you're here. I have a really good sunscreen I bought with me, but this is left over from yesterday. I didn't know what the layout was going to be with the sun movement and all that kind of crap. I didn't know. Now, today, I was a lot wiser about how to plan my day so that when the sun is on one side of the place, I'm on pretty much on the other side. But sometimes it's unavoidable. What's going on, Ron? I don't know what Ron's got. A boomerang? I have no idea what the hell Ron Josephson's. 2 boomerangs. What's the story, Ron? What is the story, brother? Fly. If you have the slightest, it is so dry down here that if you have the slightest bit of moisture, I just took a shower. They are so good at sensing moisture, whatever moisture is around. If you saw the YouTube short today, the fire department was over on the old rectory today using it as a training exercise. Did you get, I got a lot done today, Dr. Frankenstein. The prep work yesterday paid off a lot today, but it was a lot of ladder work. You know, it's intricate when you have all those rafters coming out from, it's going to take a while to get the paint on all those surfaces, so I think tomorrow we'll wrap up the trim, at least the trim that I can reach. There's some parts I can't, reach, and that's just the way it goes until the tent comes down and all that. But, yeah, the fire department said, hey, you're going to be demolishing this building anyway to make room for your new parish center. Why don't you let us use it for a training exercise for the fire department? Okay, yeah, no problem. No problem. Did you get, yeah, I did get a lot done today. So, D-Dub, how you doing? I don't think I ever stayed with D down here at the downtown, or I think we were at the Plaza and Oasis at the fabled Green Wall. I don't know. My internet sucks here in Mexico. Should be pretty good. I'm surprised. Man, I remember the night that I guess we were staying at the downtown Grand, and D's like, I don't know what happened. He was out doing something. He was partying. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm just going to go to bed. And he didn't have his key or anything to be able to get back in. They wanted to charge him. They charged him a whole night, right? Even though it was like 5 a.m. He's like, if you just call up to Rosie's room yeah, let you know what's going on. They're like, no, we can't do that. Yeah, the putt puff girl with the putt. Yeah, the place. I'm on the backside of it because it's a lot more quiet. Because it's spring break time right now, and I just I didn't want to have to deal with all the the boys who got keggers, raging keg parties going and all that. This is one of the adventures we did to Sego Papa, one of the oldest known, 200 million years older than a dinosaur. Now, yeah, that was. I don't even think he slept either. Did you? Jimmy Carter started the messenger run. Yeah, and it just, I mean, it's come in a lot of ways, man. You got a lot of boo birds out there. You got a lot of people that are, you got a lot of people that are just like, let's get done with these forever wars that just go on and on and on and on. But make no mistake about it, though. And I have a good video about comparing the opening of the Straits of Hormuz to the running of the Dardanelles Straits in World War I by the British and the French, and that didn't come to a happy end. I'm getting married this summer. Wow, you're getting married, man. Wow. There goes the end of our hostel days. Then abandoned the king and basically let him there with the worst health care service, the worst health care service. I don't know. I mean, it's, this, just like we have conservatism now, there was an upswelling of fundamental Islamism, Islam, and it kind of looks like it's maybe run its course now. But that got everybody all fired up. You see, oil fire. I haven't seen it. I just have a feeling when all is said and done, Dr. Frankenstein, they're just gonna push the button on everything. Yeah, my new place of residence. Yes. Hey, Nicole, I wish it was. I kind of wish it, but then I'm down here for a weekend and I'm glad to be back at the Rancho. Are you going to go on an athletics game? One say, yes, I'm going to go to athletics games. Yep. Looks like an entire, it's going to be a mess, Dr. Frankenstein. I mean, at the end of it all, I think Iran knows that in the end they can't really prevail, so they just do the scorched earth policy. If we go down, everybody goes down, and the whole world. Yeah, let's see. We started. You need to do TikTok. You had a 19-year age gap. Because I don't speak Spanish and she don't speak English. How do you make that work? Google Translating? They've all been coming along pretty good. Yeah, adventures, of course. I started coming around to the athletics because they don't have any payroll, but they always manage to put a scrappy team on the field. If you look at Iran on Google, most countries, desert, yeah, it's very rugged terrain. If we blow Carg Island, then it'll I don't know what the hell will happen. I don't know what the hell will happen, boys. It could be, we don't really know. Some people are the theory that Iran used their old missiles first and their first line shit has been saved. They've been planning for this day for decades. They knew it was coming. They have underground missile storage with miles of tunnels connecting shit. Who knows? Halliburton stock. Well, I put out a stock last Sunday a week, Dr. Frankenstein. It was up 15% today. I'm not screwing around when I tell people. I don't waste people's time with shit. It's up. If you look at my community post, it's up 35% in a week. I'm trying to learn Spanish, but most of their conversations. Yeah, Spanish is not particularly hard. It's like any language. Learning Chinese was exceptionally difficult for me. But the thing is, the harder the language, the more you retain it over the years. So I'm as good as it blows Mr. Z away when we go to a Chinese restaurant and I'm yakking away. It's a hard. No, I mean Halliburton is Halliburton and Schlumberger were the two big names in oil field services. I don't like that we are going to another endless period. I'm not sure if this one's going to be endless, but the ramifications could be very long-lasting, Dave. In other words, in nobody's sense of the world does Iran win. What they say is, let's define what winning is. Winning to us, we know on the battlefield, we know at the end of the day we're not going to prevail. But winning to us is taking everybody out with us and inflicting as much pain as possible. And then what it is, yeah, at the end of it, we just put a bullet in our head and a shelter, and that's it. The humanitarian crisis in Cuba, it's awful. But a lot of people are very torn about Zionism now, and anti-Zionism, and even you have a lot of the conservatives fighting on the talking heads fighting and stuff like that. Being targeted individually, Mossad spies are, yeah, Mossad spies are the best in the business. Red is going to rescue Cuba. But everything here is being painted with a Zionism or anti-Zionism brush right now. She is bringing barrels of gas on the sailboat. Yeah, well, I feel sorry for the people of Cuba. What a traditionally beautiful country. And it blows me away that there's still people today that will stand up and say communism is a good form of governance. It's like, no, communism is equal misery for all. Things weren't like this back when they were. Yeah, that's it. Bro, I loved your comment on meeting the president. We got things done, man. Deep cover in China. How you doing, Ronnie? You guys are a hoot tonight. But you have Mark Levin and who's that? Ben Shapiro against Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson. And I don't know this broad. What the hell's her name? The black gal, the cute one. She's so off the reservation. I can't think of her name right now. Yeah, I know you're huge. Look, man, nobody likes war. This could either be the settle things for a lot of years over there, or it could be, Candace Owens. So it's all this back and forth. Megyn Kelly calls Mark Levin a micro penis. I mean, what the hell, man? What the hell? I mean, it's like, is this where we are right now? And then you have all these channels, Danny Haifong and all these other just like posers for Iran. It's terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. So it's not like there's a lot of reporters over there to tell the story, but I found it very telling today that Al Jazeera put out a whole, guy wrote a whole editorial, like 5 pages long, about just saying, you know, Iran's not winning, and the professor in Tehran on one of the videos was like, I can't believe he said that, that's not true. And, you know, everybody's always a bullshitter when they don't agree with you. Good time to start a cult. I think so. Hey, how you doing, Brett? Start a cult. But, you know, in the meantime, there's people actually having to be out there and fight this shit, so my heart goes out to them. I'll just caution people that war is messy. And I've been around enough to see a lot of actions in my time, from Vietnam right through all the other Grenada, and the failed attempt in 1979 to rescue the hostages, the whole schmear I've seen. Nice compound itself, cool. Yeah, I've already got the nice compound. It's ready for expansion. I've seen the interview with the college. Did you see that knowledge idiot? I'm like, he's in Tehran, his college professor. I don't know who in the hell Danny Haifong is. I don't know his background. I don't want to say anything I don't know. But, you know, this guy's like, whatever the U.S. is putting out, it's like bullshit. And we've done the math. You calculate the math, and then there's another general that was on there too. I don't know what he was a former CIA. He's like, do the math, man. We had X number of Patriot launcher, Patriot systems. They can fire either, I don't know what he said, like, I don't know, 72 or 96 missiles out of it. We've used up X number so far, to the point that they're pulling these systems in from Korea and Europe and other places around the world. Yeah, it's always my opinion. I've never said I know anything more than anybody else here. I call people only hot dogs and ramen noodle. I like it. That's all right, as long as I can't really eat the bar aspects. But the complexion of the world is changing, ladies and gentlemen. And the sooner we get a grasp on it, some of these stocks that people aren't watching, like the one I talked about, they're sending a signal. Hey, Simplex, how are you? Yeah, bar ass, I'm a pass on that. I can only eat so much mechanically separated pork parts. I'm not a professional painter, but I've painted dozens of buildings over the years. I've never had a painting company, but I've often done painting for people for pay. Is part of my handyman stuff. Oscar Mayer Franks, the professor said, I ran so as missiles the first day Iran used. Yeah, that's what I was watching today. He's saying they got miles of underground tunnels. They've known this day is coming. There was an earthquake during the stream. Like, Iran has known this day is coming. For years, they knew that there was ultimately going to be a showdown with the U.S. And they made a shitload of money exporting oil, often for very good prices. But then at the end of it all, you know, they're theorizing that they have, you know, used so much of that money to put into missiles and stuff. Who the hell knows? Yeah, underground. I don't know about underground bases in the water. Seem very hard to. That seems very hard to. From a civil works point of view, it seems very difficult from an engineering point of view. You know, they're not a third world country. They're very smart people, and they have a lot of pride. What's going on, Johnny? But let's just face the fact. I mean, if we didn't have this situation in the Strait of Hormuz, Trump could basically just pull that and say, mission accomplished. It'll be 10 years before they can do anything. But now we have that operation. Iran. Yeah, Navy. I'm not sure, knowledgeable idiot. The problem is, we're talking about a professor in Iran, a university professor. And my first instinct is to think, number one, he certainly wants to build a name for himself in media. Number two, how privy is he? How you doing, Amanda? Hug and kiss. How privy is this college professor to the inner workings of the Iranian military and security and intelligence? I mean, you know, the U.S. puts one strike into an intelligence center, and you've got to imagine the repercussions are great from the destruction of all of that information and all that, you know, I mean, that's got to have ramifications when you keep hitting military targets. I mean, it's got to take a toll, right? This is the most major operation we've had with the least casualties in history of American warfare so far. Oh, she missed a hell of a stream last night. She picked a bad night to be out, so I don't know what the hell. See, you got to watch out on some of these ships like the Gerald R. Ford, this aircraft carrier. They had this fire in the laundry room. You got to know who you're shipping out with. There's some people that turn real sour when they get in there, and they use it as an opportunity to stick it to the U.S. and stuff. And I wouldn't put it past somebody to have done some shenanigans down there, but they don't want to talk about it. It was a bit out there. Yeah, and I don't. It's easier to tunnel under mountains and stuff, but you still got to get those assets out. They have to be into the open. You know, my daughter works in the satellite and intelligence and psyops. They see all that movement, and they're so close that they can call in a strike, and you can be there in 10-15 minutes. Hey, how you doing? Judy? Robin, how are you? Changed your name again. Is insane. It's just too much engineering props. Also, it's one thing to have these underground storage of missiles. It's another to put them on a launch thing and get that prepped up without that. What are you going to fire it through the mountain? Jimmy Carter back. You told it to remove the Shah, and how that worked out. Well, you got to go back to the 50s, though, to number one, the Shah of Iran, and I don't know how old you are. I'm 67 years old, and I have a very keen memory for history. You got to remember, the Shah of Iran lived big. You might have heard of a guy called Ferdinand Marcos, Imelda Marcos. Yeah. King Louis XIV and Marie Antoinette. Sometimes living big can get you in a bad situation. living large in royalty, and the royal family's making a fortune off of this oil. And the people say, oh, hell no, these deals with the West, these oil deals and all this stuff, oh, hell no, this guy's got to go. They're sucking us like leeches here. 20% chance it turns into a larger. I don't think China's not going to. Russia's got its hands full. China, no way, no how, wants to start getting militarily involved in the middle. They're not the. You know, I spent 5 years in China. I understand the Chinese mind. I speak Chinese. I know how Chinese thought processes and educational system, how you doing, Kelly, goes. They care about what happens mostly within China. They've never been a colonial nation. They've always been an immigrant nation. They would put Chinese people on boats and send them to California because of opportunity, send them to Europe, send them everywhere in the world to make money. And it usually didn't end well for the gold strike days here. Once the Chinese started to get a little bit of wealth doing laundry or menial tasks, building railroads, then they got their shanty town burned to the ground and chased out of town and stuff. So China really has never been a colonial they're interested in China. Now, if Karg Island is taken in, who's that going to hit? That whole economy in China and Japan and Korea are so Vietnam, they're so dependent on that oil that comes out of the Persian Gulf. Now, I don't know, do you go to war about it, or do you suddenly say, we're going to ration gasoline in the U.S. so we can send it to you guys? I don't know. You can see the problems that occur. You start to take it up. Yeah, we could, well, it may not be as messy as you think. The European countries, a lot of them have significant Muslim populations, and they have to be fearful of shit that could happen at home. Yeah, CIA is working hard. Hey, Goof, how you doing? They don't want any fifth column movement at home with all kinds of shit blowing up and them getting all involved. You wouldn't even know what this goof is talking about. Don't take him out, just let him rant. Yeah, they've had tremendous immigration, and it's a hard sell in London now. It's a hard sell in England, France. They've had all these nations immigrating from Africa. I'm not sure if CIA is really spying on Tucker. We have the foreign agents have to register if they're influencers or if they're working for, I don't know. I mean, what is Tucker Carlson? Who in the hell knows what Crowbar is? YouTube put our IQ pulling something into I don't know. My name or whose name? You must not watch for a while. I'm doing good. How you doing? I'm just taking a break. I can't do a live stream on the streets tonight, so I am just hanging out here tonight. We're going to do a little bit of drinking. We're going to walk around we're going to walk around Fremont Street. I'm going to get some dinner, eat that, come back, hang out with you guys. You don't have to post in all caps, R goof, whatever your name is. Confusing. I don't know, it's this guy's agenda. Delve into it. Yeah, if you're called an agent of foreign influence. In other words, you're here because they're paying you overseas to represent their foreign interests, like Israel or whatever. But I don't really think that. What is Tucker Carlson? Might be past mother. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Lady Bunny, I've got so many of them. Got so many of them. But yeah, that's what they were talking about there. But, you don't. The U.S. doesn't come out, and the military doesn't tip its hand. So that's the big question is, my number one fear is that Iran knows the end is near and they just take out everything in the Middle East. They call it Trail of Tears. A Trail of Tears. What is this? This is not Trump. Trump is picking or whatever. You're just going to take it all out. If they lose, what future is there for the Iranian leadership? They're like, we're walking dead, right? It's called the scorched earth strategy. You want to really hit the West and what they did, you just muck up the energy supply. That's why I would not be short oil right now. You got some brave people that are short oil. I don't see paint anywhere on you. Oh man, I'm loaded with these. There's fingernails. I mean, what the hell? I had to get in there and shower up my caps. See, I think it's all made up. I am for that regime to go though. Well, they go on their own terms. Maybe boots on the ground just turns it and just says, "Oh man, we didn't want this day to come, and it's here. Okay, it's over. We surrender between two ferns. That's it. Choice up here. If you don't get rid of Iran anymore, we'll go back. I've been Iran attacking, so let's be honest here. Iran hasn't been attacking us so much as they've been, they're a theologically belligerent regime. Meaning that they see the West as very decadent. There could be something to that. And has lived off the fat of the land for, European and American power. Western nations have lived off the fat of the rest of the world. And it's got to stop. So they've exported a lot of weaponry around the Middle East. They've armed the Hezbollah heavily in don't think Jordan allows it, but in Lebanon and places like that. But you have to be careful not to turn it into a theological conflict like the Crusades or something. That puts a whole nother spin on shit. The West is pretty, but their solutions suck. According to their theology, the solution is perfect. I mean, if you want the 77 virgins or whatever, Iran was Axis at one of them, or Axis. One thing I don't understand back in the 40s, Germans were very close to Norks. They had those V2 knock rockets. Hello Kitty gift, that's it. You got to remember, V2 rockets were starting to blast into London. They were messing around with deuterium, heavy water, while the U.S. was using fission and things. They were going to try to extract, get all that Norwegian heavy water and make a nuke. There is no banking in Israel anymore. I don't know how in the hell people are going to go about their business. I mean, they'll only stand so much because it was not part of the bank. Muammar Gaddafi. So you have to understand this, Bunny. A lot of people don't like that there's a nation called Israel in the Middle East. I'll just put it out there. That's it. You had Theodore Herzl in the beginning of the Zionist movement in the 1880s. He had a long book he wrote. I suggest you listen to it on audiobook. A State for Israel, and you took a relatively peaceful place, Jerusalem. Palestine was a sleepy port city, fairly well developed. They had a streetcar system. They had people got along peacefully. There weren't any. Everybody got along. Jews, Christians, Muslims, because when the Turks took over, they were just smart. They said, we'll take the taxes, but you can keep doing what you're doing. What's going on, boss? And in 1948, when the mandate was put into place, that UN backed the creation of the state nation of Israel, whose expense did that come? Whose expense did that come at? I mean, that cost somebody something. It cost the indigenous people there, but maybe they should have initially accepted the partition that was developed. Hey, how you doing, Jen? But it never sat well to have a Jewish state in the middle of a predominantly, heavily Muslim country. Most of the Christians left Syria and these other places. There were tons and tons of Christians there. They all split. Nice to see you, Jen. How you doing, Scottish? These are just my opinions. This is just my reading of history. But if you try to put a round peg into a square hole, there's going to be consequences. Basically, the Middle East is. Yes, it was the Ottoman Empire of Turkey, all the way around to Morocco. That's why they call it the Crescent. Right? Because they controlled everything. They almost got to Vienna. And that's when Dracula, who most people think is a fable, most people think is a fable, was a real guy in Romania that was basically the last stand. because by that time, after plagues and plagues had ravaged Europe, money ran out, the kings were poor as shit, the Pope was poor, everybody didn't have a pot to piss in, and they were on the march to Vienna and to just take over Europe. And Vlad Pepes was the Prince of Wallachia, and he was the one that sent a message to the Turks. He killed a lot of Turks, and he would cut off their heads and put them on poles. So as the army of Islam marched towards Europe, they started to see all these heads on poles and stuff. Freaked them. Yeah, he sent a message. What land was originally Jewish? Well, I don't know, the Canaanites came before the Jews. I don't know. Right? I mean, how far back do you want to go? You could ask Shemaine, knows a lot more Old Testament history than I do, but Moses stood on the hill and said, I can't go in because I'm not allowed, but there is your land, go take it. But the Canaanites are big and bad, don't worry, go. And they send in a couple scouts. Oh, it doesn't look good, these guys are fierce. And the Lord said, you bunch of fools. Director of the National Counter. Yeah, I don't know how much he really knew on counter. I don't really know. He might have taken a political stand. I don't know. It was somewhere, Mount Ararat in Turkey. It's an interesting history to delve into over there. If you've never really studied it, the real origins of modern day problems. That's why I say a lot of people think World War II was the worst war. In my opinion, World War I was immensely destructive in terms of the political consequences and things that it left. Hey, High Desert, how are you? You had the Balfour Declaration. You had Britain just suddenly. You know what the real? I'm gonna say it. The British have wreaked more havoc in the world than you will ever know. With all their colonial, all they're getting into ships, going and conquest, and it's unbelievable. And we're still paying the price for all of that today. During the Ramadan, only more part of my called Jews, or at least that far back. It was Judea and Israel. I don't know what the hell happened to the other tribes and all that stuff, but boy, England has wreaked havoc on the world. Yes, spices ruled the world, and so did slavery and liquor and tobacco and silk. And then when they win, they're left with the mandate, how in the hell do you govern all these countries? It's shit. These people are all different. They're, controls the spice, yeah. So they've been at the heart of a lot of shit that's come down over history, a lot of stuff. And they always have this tendency to walk away, okay, well, here's the ball, you guys take it, see what kind of plays you can run. So after the King David Hotel blew up in I don't know, it was Tel Aviv or whatever, that's when the British punched their ticket. They said, we're out of here, man. If you've never watched the movie Exodus with Paul Newman and a very Eva Marie Saint, who I don't like her acting. It's a long movie. You'll invest 4 hours. I just recently, 7-year war into the revelation. I defer to Shimei on that stuff. That's a good movie to watch. It's free on YouTube. Oh, revolution, I don't know, but England left a mess for the world. Because you think prior to Israel, everybody got along in the Middle East. There wasn't any, as long as you paid your taxes, you could, shit, now we have shrapnel from missiles falling on top of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which is like the Christianity, like the holiest and most important site in the Middle East. That's been the plan for where the Muslims versus. Yeah, who planned it? Are you going to party, girl? Well, we'll be partying. Stony, I'm going to be drinking something tonight. I just got to rest my dogs, man. I have been on a ladder for 6 hours is about my limit. I mean, I'm painting up my arm. I'm painting overhead. I'm like got paint dripping, and I'm like, jeez. You'll see tomorrow the video series begins. It's been intense. I mean, I offered to do it, but it was a very never maintained. Where you? Yeah, they have to modernize New Dune to make enjoyable for younger audiences. Oil. I always love the old bit of the yeah. But if you've not seen Exodus, check it out. Yeah, it's a little, they take some liberties with history, but it's very, very it's interesting. Let Trans Ferry stay because he helps to build up the algorithm. You got to watch Exodus. It's a good movie. It's a very good movie. But that's Al Jazeera, who I don't advocate for Al Jazeera, but you guys know I look at media from everywhere because I like to have a balanced perspective. And Al Jazeera had a really good thing about Palestine before Israel. Very interesting. For the Ali gone. I don't know, but you're helping it a lot, Trans Terry. I appreciate you being here tonight. But don't go homophobic, or my moderators will have to get you out of here. Al Jazeera is a lot of covers, but they have some good stuff uploaded on YouTube that gives a side of things you may have never seen. I like to be a very independent-minded person and try to stay neutral and try to really learn about stuff. So they have some good documentation about what Palestine, good video footage of what Palestine was, streetcars running and nice homes and prosperous trading ports. And you look at it today. Yeah, like I said, when you start when you start getting homo, transphobic, or all that, that's when you gotta get shown the gate or timed out. That's it. And I don't ever tell my moderators how to run the chat. So. But there's a lot of, people seem surprised when I tell them the history of the Middle East from 1900 onward. About Palestine and all that. What's my worst fear? That Israel or Iran just lets everything that they have go at once, and just because I don't think we have enough Patriot missile batteries. We're running out of our radar sensing equipment. I think the Russians helped them target that stuff very effectively. We've lost some of our vision on what's coming in. So I don't know how much is, I really don't know how much is really, I really don't left. Yeah, Sarah's Olympic light. Yeah, just stand by, Scottish, because this is the kind of douchebag that has 30 different accounts. Our dome defense only goes up. Yeah, there comes a point where you run out of, where you run out of countermeasures for incoming missiles, and if that's the case, and if Iran does have assets that haven't been deployed yet, then it could be a bit messy. But I don't know. I have no idea myself. We could send Corky over there with a delegation. Our little David to face Goliath. He could do it all. He could do it all. I thought Iranian people would rise up. Well, look at it this way, Desert. When you have the head of the security police come out and say, and he sat right there on the program, if we see anybody protesting on the street, we're going to drill them in the head with a bullet. That would kind of dampen down my enthusiasm for hitting the streets. But the time will be right, because remember, Iranians are living in a very degraded nation right now with no banking system, little in the way of commerce being done right now. People on balance leaving the city if they can. So food is going to start to be scarce. Hey, thank you, Angus Kisses. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. So the average rank and file is, they're taking the hit on that. It's not all roses over there for sure. I mean, a lot of their food has to be imported. Oh, poor Jarvis didn't even get to post anything, man. That's how shit. Sorry, Jarvis. And if he puts anything homophobic, transphobic, or anything like that, make sure to, before you time him out, make sure to report into YouTube, because they can take down his whole, associated channels. They're that good now with their technology. The Ayatollah is trying to make it. Yeah, that's exactly right. It only carries so far. Right? It can only go so far. All that zeal and stuff, it's like, when the Catholic Church lost its mind in the late 1400s and 1500s and started milking the people for indulgences. Shit gets out of control, and sooner or later, people are going to stand up and they're going to say no more. Yeah, always make sure you report it, because YouTube's AI is so good now that they take down all associated channels too. So, and then you have to go to great pains to reestablish yourself. You know, that fanaticism can only carry so far, and then the people are going to rise up against that stuff. It's, look at the Iranian soccer ladies that chose to go to. Some of them have taken back their request for asylum, but they threw off their hijabs the second they got out of Iran. They're not alone in that feeling. And then on the other hand, you have a core of American haters, malcontents that want to make their reputation on social media by being the adversaries to what's going on. So they have their own problems. It's not a slam dunk these days. How you doing, NH? I think I'm going to, it's either a mini or a beer. I haven't decided yet. Let you guys vote. 1 for mini, 2 for beer. We got a Woodford Reserve mini, or we got a beer. 1 is Woodford Reserve, 2 is beer. Yeah, I'll have some later. I'm just saying, right now I took that Advil, Chimay in the beer. Yeah, I can't do 2 right now. But it is 5 p.m. Tired. Yeah, good. Airplane bottles. I'm gonna grab a beer real quick. I hope nobody steals my shit here. Why are we charging here? We're 90%. Oh, let me grab a beer. Oh, I'm waddling along. Oh boy. Here's to you guys. So it's a sticky situation out there, and I don't think there's going to be any rush to run this straight for a while. I think they're working now to develop a plan, which they probably should have had at the beginning. They thought 2 days, a few bombs, everybody would be running for cover, and that would be it. You can only do so much with air power. Yeah, cheers everybody. I'm happy to be with you in Vegas tonight. Cheers. I never feel guilty of having a brew when I work my ass off like the last 2 days. I'm hoping to get this thing wrapped up tomorrow before the really intense heat hits on Thursday, Friday. Saturday we're going to be at 100. And it's tough to be out there working in those conditions. Paint starts to act weird. I got to go down tomorrow and get some more paint. Oh, that's good. I think Elmer is flying sorties over. I don't know, this guy's, Elmer's in his heyday right now. He is happier than a pig in shit right now with all these military assets moving around. He's all big about AWACS. That's why we're having to use airborne planes now for triangulation, because I think a lot of our, I hate to say, but I think a lot of the assets have been knocked out in some of these other Gulf nations that were hosting our military. Some of these satellite positioning shit. So if I had to lean one way or the other, it just depends how, you know, we have precedents in history for people just committing mass suicide. Like at the Masada on top of that Table Mountain, and all the Jews, just because the Romans were coming, they just threw themselves off the mountain. You might have these nut jobs that just figure paradise is here and let's go, man. This is go time. I want UAE, Qatar. Who's going to Dubai? We want to hurt all the American businesses that are doing business, all the richie riches in Dubai. I mean, Naomi is a fangirl of Dubai, right? And Emirates. Anybody want to go visit now? I feel a little uncomfortable. Remember, I flew east on the morning that this thing began. And I went in, sitting at the airport, I click on my news feeds and shit. Okay, here we are, man. It's the big one, and I'm going to be flying today. And I'm, oh shit, watch some goof with a ground-to-air missile. But February 28th, that could be a day that goes down in world history. That could be a significant date. I think only a fool would be short the oil market now. An American general is suggesting to create an alternative canal. Well, the other problem you have that nobody's really talking about is you have Yemen, which has become militarily much stronger, the country of Yemen. And Saudi Arabia wants to establish moving oil out, an alternative pathway, and I'm a little nervous. Remember, these tankers can't go through the Suez Canal, they're too big. I'm a little nervous that Yemen is about ready to jump into the game. We have a lot of bad blood with Yemen, and so did the Saudis. So, you know, start getting a few oil tankers moving through there, and yeah, you can see a little bit of fireworks. Drive through and nuke through. But nobody's talked about Yemen. How you doing, Rio? They've been awful quiet, but they have a lot of military assets there. I'm sure we have that plan in the playbook in case they got to go out quick. But I don't know how much missile capacity we have left. I have no idea. When you start calling in shit from other theaters in Korea and Europe, you start to get stretched a little bit thin. I'd like to know how Corky thinks this is going to end. I just have a feeling, Corky, that it's going to be a long time before cheap oil makes a return. Zelensky needs missiles. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's worried. Oh, shit, man. But actually, Ukraine fighting Russia for so many years has so bolstered their technology in Ukraine that we're actually tapping that technology now. They've created their own drones that are, they've given a pretty good account of themselves. Well, Raytheon stock already made a big, the thing is, Dr. Frankenstein, these missiles, they take precision to be put together. It's not like they just roll off the assembly line like Model Ts. There's a production schedule, and all you need is one nut job to be hired in there that just screams a la snack bar, and then then you got another big problem. You got to be careful of people in the home front. This guy that rammed his, what was he, in Michigan? He rammed his Dearborn, the hotbed of shawarmas and all that. He rammed his truck full of explosives into the synagogue up there. Yeah, but it's not like they're being cheated of food, right? Food, we're looking at, I feel very comfortable with my food positions right now. Work was really hard today, MB. Rewarding. I have the first video coming tomorrow, part 1. You might enjoy it. I hope you're doing well. I feel very confident being long agriculture right now. I see real need developing. It's not easy to get to. I don't know, man. No, that was last night when we had the person looking at it. Tonight we got nothing. We had that crazy chick out there last night. Yeah, I think I'm feeling shrimp fried rice tonight. How about you guys? I work on the sheet. Yeah, I just worry somebody can get an idea. You know what I mean, doctor? Before you know it, they scream Allah Akbar. No, I don't do eggs for you. So what, did she want to party in a bad way, man? Her downfall was an itchy crotch. That was the problem with that. That was the problem with that. You are beautiful. Well, thank you. Beings. Yeah, no, I never saw magnesium being a machine, but I always worry, Doctor, about the home front because we've had, although it's not like England and France, we've had an influx of nut jobs here. Well, if you've ever seen magnesium burn, it's the way that lights used to be in the old days on stages. They burn magnesium. Federal cartridge. You've done a lot of cool stuff, Dr. Frankenstein. But if they end up taking out Carg Island or something, then China, they're not going to go to war, but they're going to demand that they get their energy needs met. Okay. Yeah, for fire starting, that's good. Marines too. Hello, Kitty from West Virginia. Hey, Donald, but you never know, Dr. Frankenstein, when somebody mentally goes south. We have people, I am sure when the story is told on the aircraft carrier Gerald Ford, there was somebody to turn down in the laundry and set fire down there. Look at this guy retracting messages. Shit, the dude just got here. I think there was some shenanigans on the ship. You just don't have a fire in the laundry. Now they're going to Cyprus to be repaired. You think that's plausible, Dr. Frankenstein? I think that's exactly what the hell happened. Shitter's full. Beer's just hitting, the sun is dipping, I'm starting to feel pretty good. Well, I was a house of pain before. A house of pain. You gotta worry about your own military going nuts. Not cleaning lint can start a fire. I know, but they got such routine procedures. Yeah, I don't think we would ever know the reality of it. But let's face it, the Navy's getting a hell of a workout right now. Go Annapolis. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it out there. If somebody went, but people will talk on the crew. I don't know, if they don't get shore leave in Cyprus, that'll tell me something. Someone in that laundry room knows exactly what happened. The thing about a ship is the crew is all around the outside, so you get reported. Yeah, I don't know. You can do things clandestine. Laundry seems like an ideal place to start a fire. All the sheets, Yeah, the tons of explosives. It's so hard to fight a fire on a ship. It's the most difficult fire to fight at all because of the drafts and everything. I don't know if John McCain, but he survived that terrible fire on the Forrestal with the munitions going off and rockets in every direction on the deck. What a mess that was. You look at that creepy ass footage from the Forrestal incident. I know a lot of people have no idea what I'm talking about, but history is your friend. Learn it, gain by it. That's what the FBI was also established to fight enemies at home. Stirring hours, the laundry is not being used. Yeah, can you imagine all those sheets down there? It's pretty find combustible shit on a ship, but if I had to pick something, yeah, a couple piles of sheets, a couple tons of sheets. So I put money that that's exactly what happened in there. No way, shape, or form was that hit by a missile. Yeah, cleaning solvents, yeah, all that stuff. People had to be treated for inhalation and I don't know, Corky. I don't know about James Forrestal himself, but we've had some kooky military people. But my mind always goes to espionage when you have a theological overlay for war. When you have martyrdom on the table, anything goes. Yeah, the ship in San Diego burned up. Ship fires are very difficult to fight. You know, the Forrestal was basically destroyed with all the shit that went on. War is expensive too, boys. It costs a lot of money to keep a crew at sea. And that Gerald R. Ford's been out there 7 months. Somebody might have gone stir crazy. It's not like you're going to lay into Hong Kong and hit the Susie Wong's bar in Wan Chai. Party it out. Like the boss used to do. No, the actual culprit had already been discharged. Interesting. So I think in the end, my own thought is that Iran is going to go scorched earth in the end. That's going to be it. It's like they're going to trigger the doomsday shit. That's why the few missiles that they do fire on a daily basis are much more effective in setting shit on fire than they were in the first days, because a lot of our sensing batteries, those radar and other installations that help coordinate protective missiles, is not functioning right now, or it's weaker. I do think I don't think they've gotten help from China, but I bet they've gotten help from Russia. Russia would love nothing better than to see this shit blow up. I am the great Putin. Well, Scottish, war is hell. And you have to fight opinion at home. In a free nation, you have to battle the press at home and reality and what messages you put out. Do I think that leadership in the Pentagon was expecting this to go more than a week or so? No, in no way, shape, or form. Now they're planning on the fly. It might be very effective. I don't know. Land those troops on the cliffs overlooking the straits. Take control. In my opinion, there's no way the Iranian guard is going to come at you. This guy on this interview today, this professor in Tehran, is acting like, oh yeah, we got a 1 million-man army. Yeah, it's good. It's going to be interesting when you try to mass them anywhere. Pick a spot. They see you from the sky. You have no satellite really assets anymore. Yeah, pick a spot where you're going to assemble your troops. Okay. You guys hear something in the sky? So I think that they're planning to take control, but it's a long stretch. Hey, Naomi. It just depends, how fanatic people are on the other side. You have to have a level of fanaticism to go against the U.S. at this point. You have to just be a martyr. Yeah, we have a very powerful Navy, very powerful Air Force. We're reluctant to send in ground troops. But in my opinion, the only way you're going to open those straits is people on the ground that have taken effective control and set up operation 20-mile strip along there. Yeah, I know. Israel's taking a lot more hits than they're letting on. I think they've lost some of their radar and sensing shit too is going down. No, that's what I'm saying. Israel doesn't have enough data. But what ones they have are very good, very well trained. Yeah, well, they'll take control because the situation on the ground in Tehran and these places, no matter what these professors in Tehran tell you, that people are shopping and they're out eating and enjoying, and they go to bed nervous about what the future looks like. A lot of them go to bed hopeful that this 47-year nightmare will end. Will absolutely end. Please hit the thumbs up button if you've not done so. It is very appreciated. My thought is, as soon as you get some real troops on the ground, I think that's kind of winds it down. But it does not remove the doomsday card from Iranian hands. Two that fled. Yeah, they fled Iran years ago. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, positively. The thing is, I don't see any other nations in the Middle East now, except Yemen, that are as theologically rooted as Iran. UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, they just want to do business. It's a little hard right now, Dr. Frankenstein. Some of these talking heads in Iran say, see, the people on the streets, they're celebrating El Qud, the tragedy of Palestine. Yeah, they're just stooges. A lot of that is AI. Nobody likes to give up the reins of power. Nobody. Got 20 more minutes, we're gonna head up. They don't have the nuke range to think they'll try to protect Israel. I really don't think they have a nuclear weapon. I think they've been too close monitored. I think there's too much inside intelligence. There's too many people that would like regime change in Iran that are happy to report to Israel. I mean, Israel has the best intelligence in the world. Any country that can put pagers into people's hands in a foreign enemy and have them blow up, and come on. Hey, Avion. I agree there was no imminent threat. Well, what point do you say it's an imminent threat? Do we wait till they start constructing the Dutton? I mean, at what point do we say it's an imminent threat? We let them just keep advancing? A nation that sits on some of the largest oil reserves in the world wants to develop nuclear power. Okay. I never thought of Iran as the harbinger of the green push for a greener world. Yeah, see, at what point do you say it's, that's it? We tried to talk, we're getting nowhere, you're not going to have a nuke, and that's it. I think Israel had a big part. I think that they had a big part of us going to war too. I think the Israeli strategy is this is the end of endless wars. We're going to just destroy people's capacity to make war against Israel. Of course, Israel is, they're very happy with the situation right now. We're the ones burning through our money here. Lindsey Graham is that. Yeah, but you noticed, Abby, on these nations they're not sending their aircraft airborne. They're just trying to keep their heads down right now, and they're worried about losing it. If you're in the United Arab Emirates or whatever, and you got Dubai, you got this futuristic city, and beautiful airline, and everybody's having a good time, and the expats love living in Dubai and all this stuff. You don't even want to think about this shit right now. The last thing you want to do is be aggressive towards Israel right now. They're so afraid of losing their own revenue sources because that can bring down their own kingdoms and shit. Rosie on the kibbutz, tending the chickens. I carry no water for the nation of Israel. I've said since I was first asked the question 2 years ago, Zionism is a really bad idea. I've never deviated from that opinion. Kibbutz in a day. Oh no. I'd be used to the work level. You know, I always fancied one day I'd be able to visit the Middle East, Istanbul and Jerusalem. Shit, Shimei went to Jerusalem. Didn't keep her off the fireball, but what the hell? Turkey's an asset of unknown allegiance. But Avion, I agree with you. Yeah, it was just a terrible movement. It had to have consequences. You're up against the ghost of the Ottoman Empire, and that's tough. That's tough sledding. Please hit the thumbs up if you're just coming in and you haven't done so. These are just my opinions. I've never hedged my opinion. I've always said I told people Sunday a week ago, you're going to have a food situation. Here's a great stock you can buy. It's already up 15% today. 35%. I'm just saying, I don't shy from taking a stand. There's enough people to talk out of both sides of their mouths. Oh, you know, at least I'm clear. How you doing, Naomi? Oh, I know. I've seen more of the world. I've seen more of Asia than I've seen of my own country. Well, I've done that a few times in my life. Especially in economy class. Well, sometimes I've gone economy on my own dime, but sometimes I've gone business class, which is nice. Whoosh you. Lights are coming on. Yeah, I mean, look at the state of the world since Zionism occurred. It's been a tragedy. An absolute tragedy. But we got to deal with the cards we got now. That's the way it is. Hey, Lavande, greetings from Russia. Das Verdanya. By the way, any support is appreciated. Thank you. I think it's been a very stimulating discussion tonight. Part one of the work I'm doing here is going to be uploaded overnight and ready to go tomorrow. I have so much content backed up Gonna need a laxative to loosen it up. I have to say, Dr. Frankenstein, for the money, a lot of people wouldn't be caught dead down here, but for me, it's nice. They do a good job of maintaining it, and it got pretty bad during the pandemic, but it's really nice. Everybody knows me. When you stay at a place everybody knows you, you start to accrue some benefits here. Better room. I haven't had to deal with the noise of people partying in the courtyard till 4 in the morning. Look at how quiet it is back here. Hey Seal, what's going on, man? You missed a lively discussion on events overseas. And I'm happy to say it never got heated. Yeah, Shimei went to the Holy Land. Now we have pieces of shrapnel from missiles falling on the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. What's going on, Seal? What's good news? Man. Yeah, everybody comments on the plant. I don't know if it's real or fake. It always seems to be the same size to me. They're great during the week. And you can get some discounts off of that too. Yeah, the weather here, Seal, it's going to be 100 in a couple days, so it's 90 today. I've gotten a lot of work done in 2 days. I hope I can wrap it up tomorrow. From Russia and St. Petersburg. Say hello to everybody at the Winter Palace. Yeah, it's very hard when you think about what could be coming from energy prices. I just can't even fathom being short the oil market right now. Yeah, take those 60s. It costs a lot. Imagine heating up these big, cooling down these big casinos in 120 degree weather. Imagine the cost that's going to be. You could potentially make desert dwelling almost untenable. The other problem in the Middle East, the oil was so cheap over there, they built a lot of desalination plants. And luckily, there was only damage to one so far. You take that out, a lot of people are going to suffer. Well, that too, Corky. I mean, I've talked about private credit is going tits up. This whole stupid overinvestment in this hurtling off the cliff into AI. It's all a bunch of bullshit. All right, well, let's roll that a little bit. Oh, man. I think we're definitely going to get some shrimp fried rice tonight. I just don't feel like barbecue. The food is going to go up a lot, because it's too underpriced now, agriculture. A bushel of corn, a bushel of wheat, it's way too cheap. Oh man, I'm so tired tonight. I need to get some food in my gullet. Thank you, Seal. $2 from Seal Hater. Breaks the ice tonight. Thank you, Seal. I appreciate you, my friend. Great supporter of the channel. This is what I don't want to be tonight when all this partying occurs here.
Hey, Ryan, you got the shot.
Yeah, I'll just take 3 back, please.
What we wanted. We put it far to the left for that reason.
There you go.
It smells like turds in there tonight. Yeah, it's kind of a gem. Kind of a gem. Like the helicopters are flying. Let's head down and see what's going on tonight. Quiet. There's that van. Eerily quiet tonight. Gold Club fights. I hear the Atomic Lounge. They don't let a lot of homeless people hang around now. I've noticed that. Thing with the real estate crash is you've got to be patient. You got to wait 3 years. There's a big plane taking off. Yeah, it's very spooky because it's like a weekend town now. Although there's a lot more cars in the parking lot than in, say, in a summer or winter night. Let's go check it out, see what's going on tonight. Welcome in, everybody. Please hit the thumbs up. We're trying to really rock the thumbs up. Who's got that music that loud tonight? There's no way that that's the Atomic. Oh, it's up here. Yeah, you got to be patient. You can't rush in. Over half the properties for rental have rental deals now for people to move in here. Oh, this poor club here, the Limelight, they'll never make a dime. Now we're in spring break, there should be a lot of people here.
It's my house.
Doing our porch. They have some tech industry, but gaming and hospitality is pretty much it. Yeah, this poor club here. I bet there's hardly anybody in here. It's too far off the beaten path. Like 4 people inside. Happy St. Patty's. Yeah, the Vegas water situation is not good. That's going to put a real damper on prices. And I don't know what the solution is. Phoenix and all down there. Beautiful sky tonight. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing here. Desert sunsets are beyond belief. They're beyond belief. Gotta like the ladies in the spring fashions. Let's flip a 20 spot in here, see if we have any luck at the Cortez. It's really been shitty for the last 2 years. It's really been shitty. Dr. Frankenstein's like, you never learn. Oh, you're very lucky. We go to bonus round. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day will be a little bit busy. Yeah, Las Vegas has the dirtiest sidewalks in America. That in LA. Flaming piss pots. Mrs. Wong's flaming piss pots. Let's go down the far end here. They definitely killed it. You got people just playing for fun now. Little Akon playing over the sound system tonight. I haven't heard Akon in years. These are all bullshit. I know we've really been through a dry spell here. We have been through a real dry spell. I'm just going to go to Buffalo Chief here and just hope. I'm going to hope we can do something here. Stand by. Let me get my money out. Let's make sure that volume is all the way up. All right, we're going to bet 160. Nothing. Yeah, they put them all over there. They all got to be connected. It's like BS. If you had 20 bucks, then all done. I don't hang around, Seal, because I know how desperately these casinos need money right now, and they ain't giving anything away when people are here. Peanuts. No gold coins. That's a little something. We only got a couple more pulls. Not a damn thing for that. Not a damn thing. Yeah, I won a bonus. Wow. You little ripper. That's it? That's all? You cheap mofo. You cheap mofo. Yeah, no sub games anymore. Look at how you don't see any coins anymore. You don't see any. Yeah, you can't understand this scoring. It's best to just suspend your IQ. Nobody understands these things. You get like one gold coin rarely. All right, we only got one more pull. We got one buck. What do we got? A credit. That's it. That's all she wrote. Terrible. Terrible. That's why I don't even waste my money anymore. Just a waste of money. March Madness. That's why I enjoy sports betting. At least I can use a good strategy. Yeah, well, you're smart, sir, man. You're a lot smarter than I am. It took me a year to get down to just $20 in a machine. I'd rather look at the girls. Not lustfully, of course. Bucket boy. Well, Mario, you knocked that 30-pack off. I'm so glad I got my green jersey on tonight. Bucket boy. I was going to have an old fashioned, but I already had a beer tonight. Man, so many people got green on tonight. The electric mushroom.
Get my drinks, guys.
Well, we'll see what's going on tonight. Please hit the thumbs up button. Moderators, please encourage people to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. I'm back at the Gloria Dance Club in Tijuana. Marcus must be in town.
I'm sure I'm not down, put on me, transparent. I ain't got to think of me, but I love you better now. Take my hand, don't be afraid of my food. When I say, appetizing, look for free, you can raise your attitude. One man's covered up by the other, that ain't nothing but dancing. Everything in the night, chemicals, mama, I'm sure I did. Yeah. So hard to hell now. Oh yeah, yeah. Relax about me, I'm your savior. I can give you what you want. You gotta come home and play. I've got some good on the house and on the soul. Where I get to go, you gotta come back and go. One thing's coming on by another, ain't nothing but dancing love. I'm sure I'll
We're having a good time tonight. I missed the guy from Jamaica. The guy on the steel drums. He probably got deported. Yeah, they're extra drunk tonight. The guy probably got deported back to Jamaica. Hey, King Leo. Yeah, they kicked me in the nuts, guy. I don't know. Gotta always be careful you don't get pushed into the rodeo. There's the Blow Sharks hamburgers. They must be tearing it up in Boston tonight, Seal. I'm in Fremont Street right now. Up at Boston is rocking. Yeah, I've never seen so much green. I'm having un-Irish shrimp fried rice. I don't see any bombing yet, Courtney. It was open air.
What you're trying to do. 21 karat magic, keep me there. Catch it all somewhere. Look out, put your pinky rings out to it. Girls, what you're trying to do. 21 karat magic, keep me there. Catch it all somewhere. 21 karat magic. That we got nobody can touch. Looking for some trouble tonight. Taking my hand now, show you the wild side. Like it's the last night of our lives. We keep dancing till we got. I hear your heartbeat to the beat of the drums. I wanna say that you can't hear what's on. So while you're here in my arms, let's make the most of the night like we never.
Thank you, Carol. Wow. Thank you, Carol. $50 from Carol. Thank you, Carol. On top of your great donation the other night. Thank you. All those ladies need is an obnoxious white boy. I'm waiting for crowd control. I'm surprised they don't have metal detectors. There's like no entertainers out here tonight. Chippendales. Why not? This is a bad idea, the photo booth. There we go. Nice. Make a happy memory. Yeah, there's nobody, they're not allowing anybody in circles. Kind of weird. Man, they just keep coming. Too many people on Livestream tonight. Yeah, that's what's missing tonight, all the entertainers. Too big a crowd. I don't see my friend tonight. There he is.
Fucking 1 hour.
Oh, shit. Oh, Guy's got no patience for selling shit. Imagine being blind and walking through. Yeah, Chippendale. Man, oh man. How's the signal? We are a well-fed nation. We got a real jam up here.
Oh, you guys, one more time, we're gonna have Mandy sing a song for you. What do you think about that?
I'm gonna yell at you for 3 minutes.
That's a good way to put it, it's fun. So, put your glasses up, swing them back and forth, as Mandy sings a drinking song for you. Ready?
Always got to be up front. Ground should be covered by about 11 o'clock. Hey!
I'm Vegas Don.
Vegas Don!
Yes.
How you doing, man?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you tonight.
I want to get a picture with you if I can later.
Yeah, I'll be looking around. Once to get a picture with, I've been caught out. I've been caught out. Yeah, I've been working my ass off working for 2 days too. I'm surprised I'm even walking. Well, people know me. I don't know about family. Yeah, please put us over 100 tonight. Irish are crazy. Yeah, that beer helped me a little bit. Plus I took an Advil.
Okay, well, let's see if I can get through this. Usually I do.
She said it was 27.
We're gonna get to that. I promise.
Where's my little Armalite? Yeah, a lot more people are staying downtown. Thank goodness I'm Irish. The clan of the O'Kelly. Yeah, they love the camera. I've had a lot of ponies there. I've had them in Detroit too. That poor dog. Kicked in the nuts if I stand there.
Heck yeah. I didn't have to sing for 5 minutes, but now I'm more tired than ever.
Is that all you got?
You gotta wear your cup in here tonight with all these high kickers.
Hey, we're gonna do 2 more songs and take a little break. So come on up closer. These next 2 songs are rippers. You're gonna want to move those freely.
And rip my sack off.
That's right, look at you.
Rip my sack off. Damn, I was afraid I was going to get high kicked in the nuts back there. Jeez. Looking good. Everybody wants a piece of me tonight. That's like headache music. There you go, draw. Let's see if we see any prison slides tonight. There we are. I'm looking for prison slides. Vegas Don I met. He's like, I want to get a picture with you. I don't think that we'll be able to meet up again. I'm such a dick. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications. I got my first work video coming tomorrow. Some people look very sour tonight. Yeah, you're not allowed to have any entertainment in here. Some people look very angry. That's why the person you better marry has a good sense of humor. Wow, it's tied up 2-2. Sorry. I don't know what the hell she was doing. Sorry about that. She pushed me into She's been trying to meet me all night. Jeez. Second time she rammed into me tonight. There's the Coney Island dogs. They're going to be doing a great business tonight. You're the best, Seal. Slopping that chili on, man. I need to have a really fatty meal. No rough fingers. Slop that chili on, baby. They don't have that obnoxious overhead show tonight. Good thing I got green on. guy had a shirt, "Kiss Me, I'm autistic." Well, I don't know if they're going to set up security or not tonight. Probably. They're going to start limiting the crowd. Yeah, they're setting up. Good. They're getting ready to close the gates. Keep the savages out. I knew it was coming. It's going to get wild in there tonight. There'll be a lot of idiots in there tonight. Oh yeah, please hit the thumbs up button. It's appreciated. There's a few dream girls around tonight. Yeah, they'll have metal detectors. Mr. Z thinks they're fake. It is 8 o'clock. I'm going to get some dinner, drink some beer, have a mini. Here's my kind of girl. Pow! You write very well for a 3-year-old. Probably in Mom's basement. Yeah, Shem's right. Yes, they're getting ready to exert crowd control. The fists will be flying tonight. Not on St. Patrick's Day, it's not. This is one of the biggest nights of the year.
That's hilarious. I did not have my voice back.
Yeah, spring break, you just had NASCAR. Come June, July, August, it'll be a ghost town.
I don't know what it was. Build the police. Build the police. You twist my arm. I mean, I'm not gonna leave you. So how nice of you.
I had barbecue last night. I don't feel like barbecue again.
It's way cool.
Some people really know how to party. One of those nights for extra security. Sure was, Dr. Frankenstein. I never had that once growing up. Oh, it's kind of nice to be clear from that area. Woo. Shit's gonna go down there tonight, I guarantee you that. Shit is gonna go down tonight. Pumpkin boy. Oh, another wedding. I'm Irish, we never had it. Bangkok, Oriental City. Back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. The International Chess Championship for the world. One night in Bangkok. You remember me? I know you're busy. Shrimp fried rice, extra shrimp to go.
You want to sit on that? Oh, to go?
Yeah, and I want to get some
Shrimp fried
extra
rice?
soy sauce on it too.
Okay, extra soy sauce?
Yeah, with extra shrimp.
That'll be it? Extra shrimp?
No, I think that'll be it. I don't need it.
Alright.
Yeah, it's too much for $8.50.
Can you take it off?
Yeah, no shrimp is that valuable.
Six pieces. Here we go.
I give a cash tip when I get it.
And we'll find you. You want to see? Yeah, you can sit right there. We'll
Yeah.
get you there.
Yeah, make sure they cook that with extra soy sauce. Okay?
I'll put you.
All right, let's get something to drink. Oh man. Open roads, how you doing? I'm not paying $8.50 for extra shrimp. I hope nobody puts their tongue in my ear while I'm here tonight. I seem to be quite the target these days. Yeah, I don't know. My girlfriend's not working there tonight. They're not going to give me the. She would, but they won't. What does that mean? Play Rosie. When will you be back? Man, I've done a lot of traveling. New York City, New Jersey, Virginia. I won't be back until next Monday. I will be leaving at 5 a.m. on Monday. I love early getaway time. Is my lens greasy? Open roads of America. This old selfie stick is getting worn out. Yeah, they're busy tonight. No time for messing around. Hey, Habib. Yeah, it's okay. I barbecued last night. I couldn't walk too much tonight. Tomorrow night's going to be wicked hot, as they say in New England. It's going to be wicked hot. Yeah, thank you, Phil. It's only water with a little bit of lemon in it. I'm so dehydrated today. Is the game over yet? Is the game over? They're giving a medal to somebody. Did Venezuela win? No, the World Baseball Finals. They're all getting a medal around their neck. They must get a consolation medal. Their silver medal. I think they're talking to him so long. Hold on a minute. They must do okay. I don't see anything with a hockey game on. I see these losers getting a silver medal. I'm surprised you don't Google it, Kelly. That's baseball. Baseball. Honestly, it was a shame what happened to the Maple Leafs this year. Damn. How a big city like Toronto can go in the toilet. Very tough year to be at the bottom of the division. Yeah, how many people are on the USA team? Like 50 damn people got medals. What was really wild was Japan went in, even with Otani. Hey, Icy. That's good for it's good for baseball. They look so happy. Yeah, thank you, Seal. I've been putting up a lot of shorts. Oh, thank you, Sammy. Well, I'm working hard, but I'm enjoying myself too. I'm trying to keep the entertainment going while I'm working all day. Tonight I couldn't do a live stream shoot you in the streets tonight. Anyway, thank you, Sammy. Yeah, everybody loves the Celtics. They look so happy getting their medals. I think it's over. It's all over except the bitter memories. Those guys are in the major league. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you. Don't go cheap on me now. Work hard, play hard. Yeah, if my girlfriend was working here tonight, I would have gotten a discount. No, it's not Friday. We'll be back here Friday for shrimp fried rice. We might try something different. Can't do a lot on Friday. Oh, it's Button Boy.
Hashtag the tourist gang. Google me. Shit on the floor. Put it all over.
Do what you always do. Grab your right hand and dream about it. This poor club. Bad location. Bad location.
Please stand up, please stand up, please stand up. 'Cause I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. All you want is Slim Shadys are just little Shadys. So
Bad location. Hey Kathleen, how are you? Happy St. Patty's Day. I and Big Aura. Top of the evening to you. The Makana clan from the O'Kellys. Ooh. Yeah, that club location is just bad news. You don't see anybody sleeping on the streets anymore. They pushed a lot of them out. Mr. Z is probably playing the drums or something tonight. Might see him tomorrow night. Maybe we'll do a walk around the strip tomorrow. Maybe go down to Bagel Mania and get that pastrami sandwich and a bowl of that matzo ball soup. Yep, thumbs up or appreciate it, guys. What an excellent stream tonight. We're going to go get some dinner now. I think I'm going to enjoy a mini. I don't know, maybe a cold beer. These are long work days, but very nice nights. I appreciate every single one of you taking time to be here tonight and share my dinner and drinks. Bangkok, Oriental City, back of my neck getting dirty and gritty. It's like the wild rooms are kind of nicer. There's the baby carriage of junk. Suspiciously quiet here tonight. You are most welcome. Bangkok Cafe.
Nah, he always go to, what's the name of it that he always go to?
Binions. Benny's barbecue at the Binions.
Yeah, he always goes there. Every time he comes there, he has that like $3,000 or $4,000 a week that he goes there.
Oh shit. Yeah, I should be on the payroll. Once you try it, you never go back again. Once you try it, you never go back again. All right. Well, they don't have the music on tonight in the courtyard. That's kind of weird. We can set up here and hydrate a little bit. And beer or mini? Let me go to the room real quick. I'm down here working that hard. Yeah, I'm gonna have a fun night.
All right, you guys stand by. I'm going to wash my hands and whiz. Yeah, it's always fun having you here, Scottish. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, how did I get on mute? I don't know. Thank you, Seal. I said you work hard, you party. Oh, put my feet up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. I just thought I went deaf. That's funny. Yeah, you're gonna see tomorrow part 1, Seal. It's been a job, dude. I'm not gonna lie. There hasn't been a bit of maintenance done for years on that thing. I paid a heavy price, but it's all in the name of the Lord. You know, Elijah Craig ain't bad. Not bad. I don't know if you guys have ever had it. It's not bad. Not bad. Why am I nuts? Scottish is amazing. I'm live. You can't hear me. Some people can hear me. Hold on. Oh, all right, there we go. Yeah, check your mute. Anyway, the fan's not that loud. The work videos will be coming tomorrow, starting tomorrow, Seal. You were asking me what shape the house was in. Terrible shape. Terrible shape. There hadn't been a bit of maintenance done. Yeah, I hardly hear the window unit myself. It feels so good to put my dogs up. Strange windows on that house. Well, they have a sunscreen on them, Seal. They're just the old crank-out windows. These houses are so shittily built. The carpentry is so off on them. The cuts are so poor that they do. Yeah, well, I think you can hear me all right. I think kids are going to give me those clip-on microphones, but I don't know how many things you can have plugged in at once, but they're Bluetooth. I wonder when Joni Portwood's coming to Vegas. Yeah, that's the house. You know, when you're a one-man band, it's like you hardly got time to wipe, you know. Today, he's left at noon for a 260-mile drive up to Eureka just to say a mass up there for the locals, and then drive all the way back. I usually get back about 3 in the morning. I couldn't do what you do, bro. I think somebody's balls just dropped. Relics and help out, yeah. They do have a collection, some of which has never even been seen. Some more descended testicles. Yeah, my moderators are the best in the biz. Yes, with faith, all things can be done. And I always say it helps to put a little elbow grease into it too. It comes under the category of pray to God but row towards shore. Yeah, with a garage sale. I don't know if they've ever even cataloged all the crap in here. You know, you're talking about 2,000 years more. It's nice. Yeah, look, if you looked inside of his home, it's like Remember the show Hoarders? I don't know how anybody walks around in there. Some people just have that hoarding tendency. Every scrap of paper that comes in, every envelope is like, skull. Buy a skull. Well, this year St. Francis of Assisi's bones have been making the rounds from church to church. This is definitely 1950s to circa 1969 construction here. I would guess that's it. Probably built around the time a lot of those motor courts that have now been knocked down. Oh, this is so nice. A little mini of Elijah Craig. Lagging on my food. It's coming. I'm never in a rush. 4,000 of bed rats. I don't know. I go up on the upper deck to get the lighting all straightened out and crap. Rewire shit. And I'm pulling out stuff from plastic flowers and stuff. I'm like, what the hell, you know? But it's not my place to run, so. You're not down there for the thank yous and the gratitude run. You're there because you want to be there and you love being of service to people. That's it. If you're down there and expect a lot of thank yous and acknowledgement, it ain't never going to come your way. Color TV. Yeah. Remember, seal the old signs. Color TV. Air cooled. How simple and beautiful life was then. Life was but a dream, kaboom, kaboom. 40 kilometers across the sea. Santa Catalina is the place for me. Romance, 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 romance. Color TV, cool, and cold beer. What more do you want, Seal? Nice looking broad. A little Sinatra on the turn, on the platter. When somebody loves you, it's no good until he loves you. All the way through the good and lean years and through all the in-between years. Who knows where the road will lead us? And if you let me love you, it's for sure I'm gonna love you all the way. I mean, color TV years. That was a sign. I remember, Judy, in my neighborhood, when I was growing up, we had a small pot to piss in. I can't say we didn't have a pot to piss in. We had a small pot to piss in. And in 1966, December of 1966, my grandmother, the one that was, I never saw upright. She was always smashed on the sofa. Sadly, she died of alcoholism. But she gave every one of her 3 kids a RCA Victor color TV console. And I remember my neighbors from the street had their faces pressed on the window like, wow, the following program is brought to you in living color on NBC. And I would tell them, get the hell out of the window. and appliances. My God, they had a deal. That's it. 1966. I remember it like it was yesterday. Everybody had their grubby little faces pressed against the window looking at it. Yeah, it was all black and white. I remember watching John F. Kennedy's funeral in black and white. We had a little TV that the dog, on the legs, the dog used to piss on the corner of it. It became all rusty and shit. Dog used to lift its haunches and whiz on the TV. I always had a very colorful life. CO8er, I'm telling you, man, I had a colorful ass life. That's why the channel banner says a most unusual life. Yep, I might have been one of those kids, period. I don't know. The whole neighborhood turned out. They looked through the window. They saw the NBC Peacock. Yeah, I don't know, the dog really liked pissing on the TV. It's a good thing it didn't short it out and blow its balls off. We would have laughed like shit. He was named Mickey, our dog. Little bastard. Dog, get. You know what I mean, Seal? It was Southern living, man. Anyway, support is appreciated. Thank you very much, guys. It's kind of tough sometimes, no channel memberships and stuff, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I got wonderful people like Carol in here and CO8er. Thank you. I so appreciate you, my moderators, who never get anything here. Just because they love the channel. Yeah, thumbs up are appreciated. I got the best moderators in the business. Who else would put up with my bullshit every night? I mean, I'm watching Kennedy's funeral. There's a horse with the boots backwards and the spurs, and the dog comes in and just takes a very solemn moment. Elijah sounds too Old Testament for me. I'm not a big Old Testament person. I got to be honest with you. That covenant was shattered. You know what I mean, Doctor? You can imbibe in that all you want. It's like my daughter said, I'm going to name the son Elijah. I'm saying, ooh, you know, do what you want. Raising the barn this week, I don't know. New Testament's only 1/3 of the Bible, but to me it's the best third. But I leave that to Shimei. I don't even know if Shimei's... my mods are outstanding. We had a little bit of dust up early on, and they handled it. I didn't have to do a damn thing. Move it to kibbutz. Elijah's been a popular name. There's nothing wrong with being named after a prophet. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So I don't begrudge anybody. When somebody loves you, it's good until he loves you all the way. Yeah, I've always been like a New Testament person. grab my dinner. Oh boy. Oh, that Elijah Craig hit the spot. Oh man. Don't fall over. This table's on really uneven ground here. It sucks. All right. Let us get a purchase on this dinner tonight. We got our cucumbers first. It's still nice and hot. We're gonna put that aside for a minute. Yeah, Judy's amazing. I met another person I met in person. My only regret, I wish I had more time with Judy. Yeah, count the shrimp. They better not cheat me. But they always start you with cucumbers as a palate cleanser here. And I need the calories today, guys. Right? A chicken in the sea, little tuna thing, and a mini bag of chips ain't gonna cut it. Put a little soy on. Soy goes good with everything. Yeah, I was gonna get extra shrimp at $8.95. Forget about it. I don't know. I didn't feel like barbecue tonight. The Z-Man might come down tomorrow, and we might be on the strip tomorrow night. I had to work some overtime today. It's not a cucumber salad. They just slice a cucumber. Just like that. I love the Asian way of doing it. You can't beat it. There's nothing complicated about Asian cuisine. People aren't going to wait for an hour while something comes out of the oven. There are no ovens. It's like Dr. Frankenstein. We serve dinner for guys that want to eat, not sit around for bullshit. Man, what was the story on that chick? I was walking through. 2 times she made a beeline for me to push into me. Weird little thing. All right, they also give you tomato too. Where in the hell is the fork? She was blind. I don't know. I'm like, if you want to meet me, just say so. I never hit into her or anything. She wasn't blind. There was one blind guy down there today. Can you imagine Yeah, Thai restaurant. Can you imagine being blind and going through that shit? I would be like, take my ears off too, dude. Are you shitting me? This noise? I can't imagine what these savages are doing here. I don't know. She was a runty little thing. But she would make a beeline for me and pushed into me. I don't know. Kind of weird. The shrimp are definitely smaller in this. But I don't know, fangirl, horny girl, I don't know. I wasn't gonna talk to her. Not my type. It's like, damn, girl. Refracted the light. I don't know what the hell she was doing. She'd see me coming and make a beeline over. Some people are angry tonight, Seal. Looks like they got a thing. Where is the love? Hey, Roxy. I might eat about half of this. Save the rest for breakfast. Once it's cooked, you don't need to refrigerate. They give you the big slices of tomato. Not loving the camera, what do you mean? I'm so damn hungry. I get one meal a day. Yeah, I don't know what it was, Seal. They're just, some people look very sour out there. It's not their kind of scene. Which is fine, it's not everybody's scene. They do a good shrimp fried rice, dude. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. I'm not going to slop around your faces all night. It's been a great stream. We have global warming. If you've not hit that thumbs up button, you can make the difference tonight. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to Seal and Carol for your support tonight. For my moderators, Shimei, Ronnie, Scottish Sarah, and Seattle Judy. I love you guys. Thank you, Jerry. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much. Let's get to 120 thumbs up.